What's going on, everybody? My name is C4. Welcome back to the channel. And today we're here for episode 7 of our College Football 25 Dynasty with Florida International, aka Vice U. In today's episode, we're going to be finishing year 2 here with Florida International. We are 8-2. We are staring down the barrel of the final 2 games of the regular season, which have us with a great opportunity if we can win out. And both should be competitive, not cupcake wins. 4-6 New Mexico State, 5-5 Middle Tennessee. But if we win out, we're going to put ourselves in a great position to compete for the CUSA Championship. Look at how everything breaks down. It's a logjam at the top. We are 4-2 in conference play. Kennesaw State is 4-2. Western Kentucky is 5-2. We're not going to talk about whether or not we won those games or lost those games. That is indifferent. We have Middle Tennessee and New Mexico State. Both are 2-4. Haven't had the strongest years. And we had that little number next to our name. The last time we had that little number next to our game, our team played terribly, and we lost. And then we lost that little number. We're able to regain that little number, and I'm going to be very interested to see how our 1.5-star prestige program responds now that we have been ranked before, underperformed. Now we get a second chance to prove that we earned and deserve to be ranked. At worst, if things don't go our way, we are bowl eligible, so we should have an opportunity to get some hardware when all is said and done. We're also going to conclude the entirety of the offseason, get our recruiting class, have our transfer portal to wrap up the episode. We are very late in the recruiting cycle, and I'm at a spot right now where we have a good class, a lot of top 1,000 players. I don't love how there's a severe lack of gems. Now, we don't have a lot of these guys scouted, which they could be gems when all is said and done. But my big issue right now is balancing the targets. We have 28 active players. We're still looking for a punter. We have a couple, players that we're looking on late. We have our first 4-star that we're trying to chase. He's the only 4-star remaining that's undecided. It's coming down to us and Clemson. It's going to be tough. There's some big-time schools up there. It's kind of just we have ours. Let's see what we can do. I actually just scouted before I hit recording because we had about 90 hours, so we might as well use it a little bit. And we found a corner here. Ladarius Eagles had us inside his top 5. I didn't scout him, but at 6'3", you know me, especially when it comes to Madden drafting, I'm a little bit of a size queen. 6'3" with 90 acceleration, 92 speed, 74 zone coverage, almost 70 man coverage, 70 press, 87 agility, which is kind of rare for a bigger corner. I was like, hey, why not? Let's continue to attack the secondary here, even though he's closer to a 2,000 overall prospect. But my issue is I don't want to fill our scholarships and targets up so much that if we do get a good role in the transfer portal, well, there's some 3 and 4 stars that want to come, I would hate to go with, let's just say we sign Eagles and he's 28. What if there's that, one extra transfer portal guy that's a 4-star that we just can't get because we don't have enough active spots? So it's that weird balance, because also, just as easily as I said there could be too many good portal players that we don't have enough spots for, there could also be none, and there could just be a bunch of 2-stars and a couple 3-stars that are, pale in comparison to the 3-stars we're trying to get here late in the recruiting cycle. And if we, gamble on a transfer portal pool that's not there, there's always kind of that little bit of risk and reward. So, I do think just overall as a comment and commentary on College Football 25, it was always for a first welcome back, college football's back. The transfer portal is always going to be the less refined, probably not as good as it should be feature in Dynasty Mode, but there's just so much work that can go into transfer portal. Like I can see right now, for College Football 26, I think one of the biggest improvements that we're going to be screening for in Dynasty Mode is a much more realistic transfer portal. I should be able to honestly, there should be players that are leaning towards the portal. I don't know if that goes into collusion or whatever, tampering, but I feel like there's definitely better ways to handle the transfer portal. Above all, it just sucks that you go to the transfer portal. You should be able to go after and approach everybody. The fact that you can hit the transfer portal and there's 7 guys that want to join your team, that's not the transfer portal. I should be able to, hours, aka money, I should be able to go after whoever I want, possibly. I don't know. But ultimately, I think we're going to stay at 28 targets here and give us 5, 6, 7-ish guys that we can look at in the transfer portal. In particular, Keon Owens here today, looking to break 1,000 yards for back-to-back seasons. He's about 50 away. Rocky Beers. Cool to get him in the end zone. Got him. Oh, come on. You gotta want a touchdown more than that. And this is a play that I personally want. There we go. You watch any of my content, you know I suck at the option routes. Even though that's getting called back due to a brutal hold, it's nice to finally hit one where it's not fumbled 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Definitely an element that I want to add to my offense. If I can get into a rhythm with the option, I mean, we got Hendershot here. 95 speed quarterback. Makes him just that much more difficult to stop. Look at that. Boom, wide open. We're going to get that yardage back. Set up third and manageable. And honestly, let's go back with that option play. Watch was that an edge rusher? Linebacker, DB. Boom. Oh, God's sakes! Kick it. Oh my God. How come it's always when we're ranked? We play like dog shit. Come on, hit that. Let's go. This is what we need to see on an opening drive in the second half. Chew their ass out at halftime. Say you're blowing this. Get them ready. Get them focused. Rocky Beers time. We're going to go Keon Owens for a gain of 15. Do yourself. There we go. Play action pass. Get that to Rivers. Take the points. At least try 42-yarder. At least we're in the center of the field here. 6 wind. Hey, here we go. Tied up at 10. Defense does their job. Third and 4. First down's in play. I want to take that. That's too risky. Even that was kind of a risk. That was like a half-ass throwaway. But we have a chance to take the lead. That looks good. Here we go, baby. Tell you what. If we can't get this, I'll play defense. Last drive. See if we can put them away and win. But I will tell you right now, we're not going to cowardly just keep running it. We're going to at least try and get the 15 here. Rivers top of the screen. No safety. Oh, let's go, baby. Blown play. I don't know what New Mexico State was thinking. But with that, let's go. Dub. I'm going to run that play again. Like, that was so open, I wonder if we could hit it again. Maybe. Maybe it was there, but I'll just take off and run with the quarterback. Try to run the score up. Could be a risky throw. But I feel like you got to almost, you can't just barely beat New Mexico State and expect to keep your ranking. Go, baby. Rivers. Run it up. Pad the stats. That's a hell of a win, man. We needed 2 wins. Halfway there. 27-10. Closer than we would have liked it. Very mistake-filled first half. A lot of penalties. 6 holding penalties on the day. But George Hendershot outstanding through the air. Love to see that. Eric Rivers, Player of the Week performance. And with the win, a little worried about where would we go up? Where would we go down? How much would we go up? We're now 21 in the nation. 9-2. 5-2 in the CUSA. And let's get a look here at the standings and how those might have changed. And it's still looking like a complete logjam. We got to have the tiebreaker over West. We have a better record, and we beat them. So I don't know if all things are equal, but we have the 6th win. Could be the elusive 6th win of conference play. Yeah, I mean, all you can do is, control your destiny. But you look at the rankings here, tail of the tape. Offensively, points, not the best, but defensively, head and shoulders above the rest. Keon Owens, there we go! 2nd straight season with 1,000 yards. Congrats to him. Look at that. Let's go. Had to convince him. Might forget, we had to convince him to stay. And he did. He bought in. Come on, somebody make a play. Whoa, right there. And that's just... Tell me. Come on, defense. Bail us out. Oh, I mean, like Golden Move field goal. God damn, I mean, we are close. We have 8 picks on the... I want to throw at least under double digits with a true freshman quarterback. And we only have 2 more whoopsies. That's terrible. Another 3-0. Defense gets touchdown. Take a shot, man. Let's see what kind of speed they got. They ain't got Reed Blankenship back there no more. Kevin Byard. Middle Tennessee's been sending some good DBs to the league. I don't know what they got. But tell you what, though, they don't have no problem with our O-line. Blowing plays up. Jesus Christ. Defense gets us a stop. There's just nothing. I can't operate. Can't operate. O-line has sold us out. $17-point hole starting the second half. Pretty much season on the line at this point. Lose this one. All hope of a conference championship appearance. Meaningful bowl game. Down the drain. Oh, there we go. Keon Owens. One of them games. One of them games. Not a second to throw the ball. And there's pick 9 of the year. Luckily, I will say after the turnover, defense doesn't give up any points and gives us starting field position in plus territory. It's actually a nice little throw right there. 1st and goal. And Lawrence, the backup running back, gets in. We're going to chance here. We're going to pulse. All right, don't hit the Heisman. You have 7 carries on the year. With how we've been able to run the ball, play action could work. Usually I hate play action. Usually it never works. But today it's working. 2nd and goal. Let's see QB power this mother, what in. Boom. Weren't expecting it. And somehow, someway, we are 3 points away. And a turnover. Brian Blades, interception. This could be a 17-21 potentially point 3rd quarter for Florida International. I feel like we got to try to take the points here. Try to tie this up to kick off the 4th. Long-ish field goal, 46. Probably the max we'd want with our kicker. Got some wind. Should be good. Hey, here we go. Tied up at 17. As much as I like to criticize my team for pissing down their leg when they're ranked, hell of a way to battle back here. Defense gets us a stop. Holy shit. 1st and 20. That gets blown up. 2nd and a mile. Oh, god damn it. Come on. Barely get that play off. Rocky Beers on the check down. This is a terrible drive, but you know what? All it takes is for them to get overconfident and think they can match Cage's speed. We're going to watch that safety. I might even test it with the safety if we can give him a chance. Safeties come cracking down. Ah, you dropped that! God damn it. Missed the field goal. All right. See if we can get to where we want. Oh, I'm saying, can we get to where we want to go on the ground? Does not look the case, but I think versus a shot play, let's see if we can get like a methodical drive going here. Gotta look for Ray. Hopefully we can hit him on the run. Don't get picked. And, yeah. Falling apart. Ooh, get a chance. Come on, Cage. Don't mess this up. I'm going to close my eyes. 3 Mississippis, it's going to Cage. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Boom! Who called that play? Don't. The microphone here, right? Don't fuck me out of a championship game. Okay? We deserve to be there. Holy, with that win, we're up to 14th in the country. And we get our championship game. I think it's only fair, too, knowing my shoddy play, that if we're going to get a conference championship, it's not going to be on the great defensive coordinator. I'm going to be a complete head coach here. Offense, defense, special teams. We're going to get out here and show who the best 10-2, 6-2 in conference team is in the CUSA. Need to remind everybody, we already played Liberty, and we handled it. I'm going to say handled. We got out early and were able to survive. They scored a lot and very quickly in the second half. They have a 95 overall quarterback who absolutely lit us up. It's going to be a tough game. I think first things first, okay? Why is there a 95 overall player in the CUSA? You know? Transfer portal's a thing. Go somewhere else. I'm pretty sure, what is he, a Tennessee transfer? Hey, 95's just too good for the CUSA. And there we go, Keon Keeley getting after it. Keep bringing the blitz. That was our success last time when we beat Liberty in the first half. We just brought pressure, and Salter couldn't hit the big bombs. And it is working here today as we start with a 3-and-out. Third and long. See if we get them to bite with a surprise draw. Come on. Oh, Keon Keeley. Didn't get official sack there, but that's almost as good. Right in the quarterback's face as soon as he takes the snap. He's lively. 12.5 sacks and counting for one of the best DNs, and then we just simply can't. We just can't, as having a linebacking core, be that fucking clueless. The amount of times my linebackers literally become blind. It's like that meme where it's like, what the fuck is going on? You know that? Where it's like talking about handicap football and like the inspirational story of how a blind kid can play football, which I don't even know how that's possible. It's one of the greatest, most incredible stories I've ever heard. That was memed into an excellent meme. But that is my linebackers every freaking time I play defense. Oh, let's use them. Maybe that'll help. No. Actually, they're just going to run to the other side of the field. I'm an offensive guy. It's what it's my bread and butter. But I can't change my bread and butter if we can't get a drive going here. There's another classic drop. Awesome. Great. I'm glad the guys are elevating their play. I'm glad they're seeing this huge moment. Conference championship. Never probably thought in a million years FIU being a conference champ. And I love the drops. I love the lack of concentration. I love how I love how we can't even throw the football. I love it. Everything about it. Yep. If he gets 21-0, I'm giving up my defensive play calling duties. How are we not getting there, fellas? Like, no one's playing good. No one's stepping up. Not one guy's like, oh, man, he's unblockable. He's on a heater today. No. Everybody just decided, we're happy to be here. I want to be a footnote in the successful season of Liberty. And that's good enough for us, I guess, as a program. A lot of work to do. This is our best play. Dragon stick, Cage on the quick slant. Yeah, great. Unreal. Like, it's like, you know, it's not as harsh. I think back to playing NCAA football 14, where really if you lost once, it felt like, you know, hours worth of content pissed down the drain because we're not going to do anything. It's not as harsh, but man, oh man, to have like a great, I don't necessarily want to say Cinderella season because and then just, I'm done playing. No, I'm out. Really? Really? Fuck you, buddy. Who was that? Where you going in the portal? What number? 18. Who's that? I'm going to write that down. You're in the portal. If I can make my cuts and you're still not going to graduate and go to Enterprise Rent-A-Car, 18. Nuno? Oh, he's a senior. Nuno chance you're fucking ever playing again. Benched. You know what? I can at least bench you right now. Statement. Unbelievable. No. I'll put in Coronado, for God's sakes. You guys ever hear like the sound of like someone running in flip-flops? You know that thwacking sound? Well, Liberty took us to the room next door, and that's all you hear. Okay? Sexual healing Marvin Gaye on the speakers, and then it sounds like someone's running in flip-flops. That is what Liberty is doing to us right now. Biggest game in school history, and we're getting fucking smashed, dude. Didn't even get taken out to dinner. But we at least can say, don't call that Uber just yet. We got some fight. He does it for me, ma. And we had him. We had half a second more. If my O-line wanted to play for me, ma, we'd have a shot. That would have been a touchdown. You learn a lot about your team, man, and we don't have the guys. We don't have the guys to go on a Cinderella run. Luckily, you know, about our stats. Yeah, I mean, maybe. Defense gets us a turnover. No chance. Hey. I don't know. I don't want to say it's so much Liberty. It was just our guys letting us down. But why is there a 95 overall quarterback in the CUSA? That's my thoughts on the matter. For what it's worth, Hendershot does get player of the game in the championship with his 4-touchdown performance, 3 through the air, 1 on the ground. Wow, Heisman Trophy goes to a wide receiver, Tyler Brown of Clemson. Hell of a year. 1,300 yards, 22 touchdowns, blocked by the webcam there. Is this award season? Do we have any award winners? Probably not, but we got our bowl game, and it's the Bahamas Bowl against unranked Georgia State. We're 16th in the nation. Could go out with a dub for some of our seniors and a nice bowl win. Unsurprisingly, no FIU players on the Heisman shortlist. Not surprisingly, the 95 overall quarterback who shouldn't be in the CUSA is up there. Keon Keeley did come top 5 for best defensive player in college football. That's pretty damn good. Coming in number 5 for the Lombardi Award. Number 4 for best defensive end. This should be illegal. All redshirt freshmen. My 2 freshmen didn't make the all freshmen All-Americans. That is suspect. But we did get Keon Owens, first team CUSA. Byron Cage, first team CUSA. Barnes, first team CUSA. Wow, Keon Keeley couldn't make it? Huh? Didn't even make second team? He was a top 5 defensive player. We get Blades, second team. Burke, who had more penalties than pancakes, gets second team. This is... what? Luckily for freshmen, Hendershot is freshman quarterback of the year. Byron Cage, freshman wide receiver of the year. Jermaine Carter at pass rush also makes the team. Same with James Stacy at punter. But man, oh man, Keon Keeley getting absolutely robbed. So I have looked at FIU's bowl game history. They are 2-3 in bowl games. 2010, they beat Toledo in the Little Caesars Bowl. 2011, they lost to Marshall in the Beef O'Brady's Bowl. 2017, they lost to Temple in the Gasparilla Bowl. 2018, they beat Toledo in the Bahamas Bowl, which is where we go. We got history, looking for a second Bahama Bowl win. And then in 2019, that was the last bowl appearance in the Camilla Bowl, losing to Arkansas State. So it's a team that has some history in bowl games. I honestly thought there might have been a chance this was the first bowl game. But, hey, there we go. Let's get, it'd be great for the PL Mullins. I don't necessarily say we need to be building the CV, building the resume. I don't plan on leaving anywhere. I want to build this program into a powerhouse. But, it certainly helps. Certainly helps with job security. All right, let's go. This game's in the Bahamas. So that's cool. A lot on the line here, though. We got a lot of seniors. Rivers, Patterson, Keon Owens. We're sitting at 9 interceptions with our quarterback. We'd love to make sure we go under double digits. Let's go, White Lightning. God damn, back-to-back sacks. Let me try this. I'd rather go for it than punt it on the 35. Give this to Rocky Beers. Oh, and by that I mean throw our fucking 10th pick. It's too good to be true. Here we go. We'll get it to Fortnite out there. Good grab. Georgia State able to go respond, and we are tied up at 7-7 going into the second quarter. Man, definitely you want to get the seniors involved, and we got Lawrence. How bad do you want that touchdown? Oh, come on, reach out. 31 yards, Shamari Lawrence. Ooh, this is the play I want to get going. We fuck it up, I'm all right with it. This is an element I want this to become a go-to. If we could start hitting this, boom. Oh, that was smooth. Hell yeah, Keon Owens, final game, probably ever playing football. Back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. Oh, wow, sack fumble. And it went right into the DL who's laying on the ground hands. I ain't never seen that before. Oh, all right, great. Another second sack fumble. I think they have 7 sacks and counting. We have 0. So that just goes to show you. O-line's completely checked out. 0 sacks, too. So Keon Keeley's confidence absolutely shot after getting snubbed. And there is 7. There's the 7th sack and counting. Still have a quarter and a half to play. Awesome. Go, header shot. Do it yourself. I'm going to run a little bit of play action here. 3rd and goal run game's been run into a brick wall. Anyone want it? All right, cool. No one wants it. Sick. There's pick 11, probably a pick 6. Jefferson has good speed, though. Fastest running back on the team. But no, of course, they're going to get it. Yep. Cool. So they had the fumble, sack fumble that fell right into the hand of their D lineman who's already laying on the ground pancaked. And then that, for the season to be over. And they're sack number 9. 9-0. Just give him the fucking Bahamas Bowl. If you want him to have it that bad. Jesus Christ, man. Thank God most of these guys are seniors and they're cleaning out their locker. Nope. No, don't even deserve to get back out there on the field. Fucking embarrassing. The L, we fall. We still finish ranked 10-4. We bring up the prestige of the program up a half star. So we are now a 2-star prestige. And we finish ranked at number 19. I just hope that gives us a little bit more juice than what we had last year in the portal. Last year's portal was still ridiculous as we got Keon Keeley, a former 5-star recruit from Alabama. So hopefully it's better this year. Georgia ends up beating Penn State in the national championship between the 1 and the 2 overall teams. And so there's no surprise there. Pretty boring. Looking at the final season stats, freshman, true freshman, George Hendershot, 2,800 yards passing, 24 touchdowns. Oh, so annoyed, man. We were flirting with no double-digit interceptions for so long, and then we threw like, 6 picks probably in the last 4 games. But we got 24 passing touchdowns. He goes with 8 rushing touchdowns, so it's 32 total. Pretty good for a true freshman. You throw in the yards, we're at 3,200 yards, 32 touchdowns. Build off of that for sure. Keon Owens in his final year, 1,100 yards and 8 touchdowns. He was solid. I will say, looking for it, I think it's going to be a wide open running back competition. We have a couple nice freshmen, a couple power backs with big time speed. But I did like what we saw in bits and pieces out of Juan Jefferson, a 3-star running back, got 4 touchdowns, highest yards per carry, with a bigger sample size, and fastest running back we had in the room. So, I mean, he could have a role next season. Receiving, true freshman, Byron Cage with that 97 speed. Now, he did start as a 65 overall, and you would think getting almost 1,000 yards, averaging probably the highest in the nation, 14 touchdowns, you'd get more than +2 growth, but maybe his growth will come in the offseason. That's still a hell of a year. Rivers, these seniors, 600 yards, 6 touchdowns. He's always been solid and reliable. Ray's probably going to be a guy that steps up next year. Got him in the portal. He's pretty solid. Rocky Beers, wish we could have got him involved more. But again, we had a somewhat limited passing offense is what it is. Sacks given up. Oh. Well, at least, the two biggest culprits. Big 6'9", Travis Burke, Hollywood, Florida. I love my Hollywood, Florida recruits. But they're gone, so it's a fresh opportunity to see if we can get better tackle play. Defensive side, Brian Blades, the senior, led the team with 56. It's never great when your corner leads the team in tackles. Mason Curtis, who we stole away from Michigan in the portal, was second. 53 tackles, 7 TFLs, 2.5 sacks, and a pick for the sophomore. 72 overall. He's a guy that I'm definitely keen in on in terms of training camp gains start next year to have a big offseason. But none more so than Keon Keeley, the big 5-star recruit that we poached away in the portal, former number 3 overall recruit in the nation, went to Bama, hit the portal, came back home to Florida, 39 tackles, 11 TFLs, and 12 sacks. Top 5 in pretty much every metric. Defensive National Award. Couldn't make first or second team CUSA, but we know what we got there. Defensively, interceptions, not great. Definitely, the biggest area that I think we can improve as a team. For the end of the season, we did get another 10 points here for PL Mullins. I think we just finish out offensive line. Let's get buffs to run block and pass block. Give our guy, that's just the biggest area of concern for him. We need the O-line to play a lot better next year if we want to, we look good this year, but ultimately against the big teams, fall, and I think in those games, it was the O-line just being turnstiles. So hopefully this gives us a fighting chance next year. So looking at the players that are leaving, we saw what we're losing on the O-line. We're also losing a little bit in the D-line. Eric Rivers, Rocky Beers on the offense. 85 corner and Brian Blades is gone. Patterson, 81, didn't really utilize him, but a bunch of starters across the board. We had 3 players, kind of threatening, if you will, to go to the portal. We have Steve Shannon, I mean, you might as well just try to convince all these guys. And we keep him 75. That's not bad depth. We have Bruton, 73, pass cover linebacker. Sure. I mean, 63 for a freshman. What should I know your dev trait? Should be able to see all that information here, to be honest with you. But we'll let him bounce. I feel like that's probably a guy do 63 unless he has a hell of a training case. Still gonna be probably low 60s as a sophomore. So I think Sidoni Gay can bounce. As we really lose some of the big-time players so far from this series, it is worth seeing, like, do we have any record holders? And one is the freshman Byron Cage with his 4 touchdowns in a single game, now holds that record. Keon Owens had most rushing yards in a single season, which you love to see. We also have Byron Cage this year with 14 receiving touchdowns, most in a single season, and Keon Keeley with 12 sacks this year, most in a single season. Unfortunately, no career leaders, but I'll tell you what. Cage is probably coming for career touchdowns. Looking at you, T.Y. Hilton. Keon Keeley should be able to hit that as well for sacks. Probably end up having a couple camp bodies in training camp, UDFA type players, but unfortunately FIU does not send any player to the NFL 2 years in a row with a goose egg here, which, I mean, we're building something here in a program, but there are abilities in our coaching skill tree that are tied to having players get drafted, and we're still looking for that. So look at the transfer portal. We had a bunch of 3-stars. I don't think we have any 4-stars that are interested. So I think from the standpoint of, you know, worried about over-recruiting, so we didn't have any opportunities in the transfer portal. I mean, we got, you know, 7 targets that we can get. And I think the fact that we can only fill it up with 3 stars, I think we played our hand well in balancing high school recruits in transfer portal. But we definitely want to go with a full 35 targets if we can. So for our transfer portal, here is our initial target board. We've maxed it out at 35. We have DePape, 6'6", 250 pass rusher from Indiana. He looks interesting. We got Clive Pond, who's a top 100 player in the portal. We have Gatkuth. I'm not going to lie, he's Canadian, so that's why I'm going to chase after him. We're going to try and improve the O-line here. We have Malachi Wood, 6'8", 320 from Kentucky. Feel like there's a chance. We have Sanker on the interior of the O-line, 6'5", 310. Want to just try to get better there. We got, honestly, 2 wideouts. I wish I could swap one of these wideouts for another tackle or an offensive lineman, but 94, 95, I mean, just what we need as we retool the wide receiver room. We have Chico Riccatelli, and look at who's available in the portal. Lenoris Sellers, goggles himself, 6'3", 240. Look at all the abilities. 88 speed, 91 acceleration, 99 ball carry vision, 93 throw up. I don't think we have much of a chance, but I feel like this is worth pursuing. All right, we start things off with our first ever in school history natural. I don't know if that's the best way to put it. This is a 4-star recruit. Now, FIU has had 2 4-star recruits before, but they got them as JUCO players. This is the first 4-star out of high school recruit FIU has ever got. Shout out Don Cheek at center. Beef up that O-line. So if we're recruiting Lenoris Sellers, we're first for all of our top targets, but he's the big one. So we're going to hard sell him, and we're also going to bring him in on a visit. We're going to sell him on the fact that, you know, hey, he's not going to necessarily walk right into the starting quarterback shot. Hendershot played well, and I don't know necessarily where the ratings are going to be at, but it's fair to say that if we do land Sellers, he likely is going to be head and shoulders the best player on our roster, probably. Oh, baby. We might have ourselves a little bit of a quarterback competition. Lenoris Sellers buys in. We get Bethel Roman, the speedster, Sanker on the OL, Malachi Wood at tackle, 6'8" out of Kentucky. Get the Canadian. We get Clive Pond, the highest rated player in the portal. DePape, one of the wideouts. Wow, goes to Tennessee, the 6'4" speedster. What a jackass. When all is said and done, we get our 35 targets, and we finish with a top 50 recruiting class. 1 4-star, 34 3-stars. I don't know when we'll be able to get a 5. Maybe next year we could chase after one. But I think baby steps. I think we chill on 34. Maybe we shoot for 3 to 5 4-star commits next season. Look at that recruiting. I will save Lenore Sellers for last, but let's look at the transfer portal. Then we'll go to our main target. So with Bethel Roman, the 6'1 freshman speedster, has a star dev, 95 speed, 94 acceleration, 95 agility. A lot we can work with that. We got late Jacob Simpson, an impact tight end, just because our tight end room's a little light, especially with Rocky Beers graduating. Malachi Wood, impact dev at tackle. We get normal on the Canadian, so that's full-on Canadian bias. Sanker, impact dev at guard. DPP, impact dev. Pond, impact dev. We'll save Sellers for last. Actually, no, screw it. We'll look at him right now. What we got? Impact dev on Lenore Sellers. And with those stats, man, just a lot. Honestly, I don't know. A lot of different positions he could potentially play, but I think makes the most sense to likely keep him at quarterback. But when you see someone with 99 ball carrier vision, 91 acceleration, 88 speed, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. He's likely going to be our quarterback. Looking at our actual recruits. Let's see. Tompkins, imp normal. We're looking for dev traits at this point. Impact on Fauci. Star dev on the 3-star gem wide receiver, Micah Kalu, the JUCO out of Hollywood, Florida, 94 speed. We're adding a lot of speed to the wide receiver room. We got Matlock as our only quarterback from the class. He'll likely be bottom of the depth chart. Martini, star dev. He's probably the #1 player that I'm the most excited for. Excluding Lenore Sellers from our high school class. Because he's 5'10", he's 233 pounds, but he has 92 speed. And we are looking for a new starting running back. Keon Owens leaving, graduating, and I think Martini is going to have a great opportunity. There's a chance that he's the heaviest, the biggest, the most powerful, and the fastest running back in our room. Normal dev on Ibrahim, normal dev on Becker, normal dev on Rosa, impact on Longacre. We got Scharf, normal dev. Wentz, impact dev. Wyman, normal. Come on, man. Aldo, normal. Impact on Steven. Normal on Willis. Punter gets impact. Stromberg. There we go. Cover linebacker, Dwayne Strongbird. Just outside a top 500 player with a star dev trait. Falk here. Honestly, just chased him because of the gem. He was a gem. Obviously not height, weight, speed. Not the same prototype that we get. And of course, anytime you get a gem that's impact dev, you feel a little slighted. Impact on Buchanan at linebacker, Kitchings, impact on Bland, Mangold, normal, Cook, normal. Impact on Clacy, Hooks with an impact. Star dev on Ryan Thrash, our second highest high school recruit. He has a little bit more speed, a little bit more of a route runner, star dev trait, and our first 4-star in school history, Don Cheek, just an impact. So not the great roles you'd love to see. But year 1 transfer portal, we get Keon Keeley. Year 2 transfer portal, we able to get Lenore Sellers. Steal him away from South Carolina. That's the position changes. What I am going to do is Casey, the punter that I recruited, has 89 kick power, and we just can't get by with a 71 kick power kicker. So we're going to move him from punter to kicker. That gives us a much more... It just opens things up. We're going to be able to kick field goals and not just have to punt it or Hail Mary chuck it if we're over 45 yards. Looking at some of the gets in the port. I mean, I'm still really worried about our corner room. Safeties ain't too bad. Hale lead the team in picks. He returns, but we just couldn't get a great corner roll. Nothing really available either. In the transfer portal, linebackers. Well, we get Pond here, 80 overall, day 1 walking in now. A little bit slow. But I will never complain getting an 80 overall player from the transfer portal. That's a great get. Not much. Again, you look elsewhere, still not much at the linebacking spot. Portal gets Gatkouth and DePepe, 78 and 80 respectively. DePepe likely will be a starter with Keon Keeley, giving us a much revamped pass rush. Malachi Wood from the transfer portal, also likely a day 1 starter. We're probably going to have some tough cuts to be made here at right tackle, but 75 for a day 1 starter is not great, not terrible. Sanker was a good get, 79 in the transfer portal, day 1 starter. That's a big upgrade, 5 points over what we had last year. And honestly, I'm going to move him to left tackle. You get that kind of role, easy upgrade, 80 overall. He goes up. He's a natural. We got Simpson in the portal. He's 74. He is going to be our starter, easily the most athletic, ready to go tight end on the team. We get a better role here on Bethel Romaine, our wide receiver, only 74, but big time speed. Look at the running backs. Jefferson, 91 speed. I mean, it's going to be tough to Tough to surplay, but I mean, 233 with 92 speed. Wish he had a little bit more acceleration, but you kind of look at everything else. You know, the strongest running back by far, has the highest carrying as a freshman. Break tackle is trucking. I think it's going to be a lot of Nico Martini as RB1 next year. And at quarterback, unless Hendershot has a great trade, which he could. He still couldn't make it close. But the junior Lenore Sellers has an 80 overall. I mean, look at him and Hendershot. Similar athletes. Hendershot, you get a little bit more acceleration, but you get a lot more ball carry vision. 93 throw power versus 95. 84 short versus 85. We got advantage mid-throw. Wow, only 74 deep throw. But you get a plus 10 on throw on the run. You lose a lot throw under pressure. You get a big gainer on break sack. I mean, 92 play action is pretty crazy. 86 carry. I mean, can Jones go running back? You have 90 carry? 68. Just out of curiosity, to say that we did and looked at it, Hendershot would be an 8, or Sellers would be an 83 running back. Okay. What would Hendershot be as a running back? It's not even his best, but he'd go pass rush. I think we let him duke it out. Find out who the best QB is going to be for this team. All right, so looking at trading results, Odin came out of nowhere. Hale was far and away our best starter. Odin, how did they come to this being the best way to present your training results? I have no idea. I know Hale was the starter by a couple points, and then out of nowhere he's losing by +4. It would be so sick. Like, is there any indication on Odin about how much he went up? Like, no, you just gotta assume, which kind of sucks. But that's a big time upgrade for sure. Not much at free safety. Honestly, we'll probably play Hale at free safety, kind of split them up a little bit. In the secondary, Raheem Sexel comes out of, I don't even think he was corner 3 or 4. And now he's our best guy. Big time athlete, 99 changer. I mean, we needed that role. We needed a dog in the secondary. We get the sophomore. Linebacking core, not much development across the board. Curtis went up a couple points. Hey, Spriggs, sure, 78. Let's go. That's a nice upgrade. On the D-line, Hastings in the 80s, Jermaine Carter, the 5, a unique body type. Was a pass rusher. I decided to kick him inside to see what that could do. And he's now up to an 80 as a sophomore. Keon Keeley gets a nice bump, now up to an 86 overall. He was 82 last year. Not always the case when you have a guy that just puts up big-time production, that the training results and the growth and development from the breakout year to the next year. Sometimes you don't get anything. So overall, good role on Keelan Keeley, who is pretty close to his skill caps. Jordan Allen, the junior, that 94 acceleration. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay. Something to think about. On the O-line, I'd love to see some big time. Well, Malachi Wood was our easy starter. Then out of nowhere, Rabess, like, I'll be the starter this year. So that's cool. Nair Jackson, double 80s there at right guard. So we'll likely have to shuffle some of these guys around. Just to put our best lineman out there. Sanker doesn't go up any. But I love the fact that John Kane, the freshman, up to a 77. That's a high ceiling player right there. At tight end, one really popped off. At wide receiver, Traylon Ray, who we got last year in the transfer portal. He's now 84 overall. That's a good role. Byron Cage, holy shit. Byron Cage, and now we know he had the dev trait, right? He was our only elite dev player that we've got so far in recruiting. And yes, he had 97 speed. And yes, he had 14 touchdowns. And yes, he broke a lot of records. But he originally was a 65. Finished last year as a 67. Popped off plus 11 to the rating. So a lot of growth, and route running can still continue to grow there. His hands went up a little bit. Almost maxed out on a looseness. IQ and quickness is where it is. And it would be cool if we can get a little more acceleration there. But ultimately, plenty of speed. Tried, tested, and true. The running back spot. Nice development there for Jefferson. Don't think it's going to change my opinion that, we're likely going to have a lot of Nico Martini toting the rock here this season. But let's see. What did Hendershot do? Did he at least from, 75? You bring in Sellers. You don't outright say Sellers is going to be your starter. Hendershot had an outstanding year. I don't want to say, maybe it's not fair to say outstanding year. Had a great year as a true freshman. But you need to show me growth and development that you want to continue to be the starting quarterback. And Hendershot at least makes it a question. Jenkins, he's kind of, I mean, we're not even considering that with that 88 throw power, but Hendershot gets +5. We get a gigantic boost to his accuracy. Look at that. So he's a better athlete than the Norris Sellers. More throw power. Better short, better medium, better... I mean... 98 play action, 83. I mean, this is... there's an argument to be made here, man, that Lenore Sellers might have to convert to running back if he wants to get on the field this year, because I don't think Hendershot did enough last year. I just thought Sellers would be like an 84, 85, and then it's just a clear-cut, obvious starting quarterback. I don't know about that. And we're going to get a lot of trade. I'm going to keep it realistic. Like Jenkins, no chance of us starting, so much like I think they should revamp the transfer portal, I think there should be a lot more players with good ratings that just always want to leave. It's not necessarily the case, but someone like Jenkins, say best of luck, go start somewhere that they don't value throw power. So with all that being said, that's a perfect time to wrap up today's episode, and when we come back, we will be kicking off year 3 with FIU. Last year, we got ranked. Thought there was honestly going to be a chance that we'd be ranked in preseason top 25. I imagine if if they went and extended that, we are probably, in the low 30s, I would say. You see Liberty up there at 24. But I will say, based off of team overall, Liberty was the big dogs last year, as we saw in the championship game. But as a squad, we are probably, we got to be getting up there in terms of overall to be competing with them, if not outright better. But excited to get another year, excited to find another big board of top-time players. Let's get it very quick. Do we have any 4 stars out the get-go? That'd be sick. That'd be the sign of progress, is if we can... Do we have any 4s that we can even try and get that have any interest? Oh, couple! We are opening doors! Got a couple, got a top 50 wide receiver, Cam Lawrence. Couple top 100 players on the defensive side of the ball. Oh, there's going to be... Is there any 5s? Almost. We're almost there. But 4 stars, I want 5 4 stars from this class, and we're going to at least have an opportunity to land a couple. But that will do for me today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. As always, your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Smash the like button if you enjoyed. I love playing this series. That's why the upload frequency is a lot more than anything else I do, because it's literally, if I'm just bored, this is what I want to play. This is how I want to spend my time. So, hopefully it won't be too long before we are back with episode 7. But until that time, it's your boy C4 saying peace out, love ya, have a good one.